Well, hello there, and welcome to another training nugget. In this video, I'll be sharing with you how to create your agency knowledge base in Clickup. Let's get started. Well, the first thing you'll want to do is to log in into your Clickup using your provided username and password. A knowledge base is very helpful when you want to help your team have a reference point whenever they're doing or interacting with clients within your organization. Well, ClickUp comes in handy when you want to set up a knowledge base so every other member can access information whenever they need on just one single platform. So, the very easy aspect of setting up a knowledge base is by creating a space that is dedicated to the knowledge base. I'll navigate into My Spaces area, click on the drop down section, and select New Space. On the new space area, I will enter the name of the space as the knowledge base. I'll click on next and choose an icon or an avatar to represent knowledge. I can choose a color of my choice just to make it a little bit different from any other existing space in my ClickUp. I will click next and I'll use my existing workspace. I will let the other elements be default and select next. I will leave other elements default. The view is the list view. Remember, you can activate any other view when you're already in the workspace. So I'll leave that as default. I'll review and noticing that everything looks good on my knowledge base center, I will click on create. Well, if you look on the left section where we have spaces, you will notice that we have added a new space known as Knowledge Base Center. So I'll navigate into this Knowledge Base Center and I will create tasks or lists of items that will host the different knowledge areas within my organization. So on the list section, I'll click on the list that has already been created and maybe call that onboarding. I will also go back to the list or the space area and I will create another list and I will call the list finance. I'll create the list. I'll also create another list and I'll call it programs. Create a list and the list goes on and on. Remember, this is a simpler way of integrating your knowledge base information into ClickUp. So, for example, if I want to enter information around onboarding, I can click on the onboarding list and I can include the different elements that an individual can interact with based on onboarding. For example, understanding the mission, understanding the vision of the company, understanding our clients, our colors, CSR, etc. etc. So inside the mission subtask, I can enter details around the mission component. I can capture the information here in the description area, or I can also type on the comment or attach documents in here that can be used as reference. Remember, when you are attaching, you can attach a document that is a doc, you can attach an Excel or a video or an audio file. Some people will also prefer linking existing files in Google Drive into their ClickUp as data that is usable. So I can type the mission here and all good. So if I am assigning a specific individual this onboarding course, they can mark that as complete or I can disable the status options completely on my ClickUp. The other easiest aspect is, rather than linking document from Google Drive, I can navigate down on my ClickUp left navigation area to the section where we have documents. I can add a new document from this section and call it the mission document. In the mission document, I will describe the mission and all the content that is needed in there just to make sure the document is very inclusive. I will then make this document not private but public in my workspace. So I will allow workspace access from the toggle option so that anyone who is associated with this workspace has the ability to read the document. So once I have done that, I can export that into my computer. I can also copy the link and I can allow anyone, if I'm not limiting myself into the workspace that I am in, I can also decide to make it private for myself. In this scenario, I will allow this document to be visible to anyone who is within my shared workspace. Once this is done, I'll close since I've already copied the link. And remember, I can invite specific people. For example, if I have new hires, I will invite them through their email addresses and the document will appear on their work area. Since I've copied the link that takes me into this file, you'll notice that someone can comment into any specific data that we are working on, among many other manipulation, just to make sure the document is okay. So since I had copied the document, I can click on share again and copy the link just to make sure it's okay. I can navigate back into my spaces and select my knowledge base area. And since I was on the onboarding area, I'll move on to mission. Best part is whenever you're working on this mission area, under the comments section, it is very possible for me to decide and paste in the document that is already existing in my ClickUp already. Now notice that this is just the very first element. You can also attach other elements by browsing them if they exist in your computer by selecting browse option and selecting them from where they are and attaching them into your ClickUp. The other aspect is to drag and drop, and that simplifies the whole aspect of creating the knowledge base. Once you're done and you know that everyone has access, you can now share this knowledge base with any other person who you want to have access rights into this knowledge base center. I can do the same for finance. I can do the same for programs and include relevant information around programs. Remember, managing your knowledge base requires collective effort so that others can add feedback and you can always update your content and data without affecting anyone else who already has access. If you want to switch access that some people cannot access this knowledge base area, then by using other rights, it is very possible for you to disable that. Well, that is how you create a knowledge base for your agency in ClickUp. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next nugget.